I'll start with opening comments from Coach and then open up questions.
Well, of course, you look at the stats sheet, I think one of the bigger categories that was I really thought helped us win this game, it was our rebound to basketball. This is a team that beat us, 15, some at their place, and they're one of the better rebounding teams in our league and in the country with all that size. But somehow we found the energy, we found the players that were really engaged in getting those rebounds. Because with defense, and I thought our defense was good, but the ending part of defense is rebound the basketball, and I thought we did a good job of that. We made some shots, and I thought that really ignited our defense even more so. But kudos to our team. If I had a game ball, it'll go to that bench. Those guys that came off the bench and played really, really well for us. Gabe, again, Darius Hall, he has 6 or 7 rebounds. Then, of course, C.J. Jones. I just had a feeling he's getting ready to break out, and we're going to need that as we continue this season. Again, I thought it was just a good total team effort. Each and every guy that went out there, I thought they really gave us some positive energy. I didn't think Trey, I didn't think he would play. He had a low grade kind of a fever, and he wasn't feeling it well. And so I had to kind of motivate him, I guess, talk about there was a player that got maybe 40 to 60 points, and he had a fever. His name was Michael Jordan. So not saying that Trey's Michael Jordan, but just trying to get him to understand, hey, sometimes you can play with that going on, and you become real focused. And I thought he gave me everything he had. So, and we saw Adriel out there, and he's a little weak right now. But it tells you the commitment to this team, that those guys, even though they're feeling a little weak, that they went out there and gave us everything. So, good win, great atmosphere, great crowd, and hopefully there's more to come.
All right, been raising your hand. Mike, sorry about
Hey, Mike, Daniel just was talking about how he had a rough game at A&M that motivated him. What you think of his play today? And you said the other day you thought he was going to play pretty well.
I thought he learned from it, Bob. I thought, up there, I thought they really kind of muscled him around, and he got a couple of quick fouls, and I thought space was his biggest difference today. He caught the ball in space and had an opportunity to make some plays, whether it be in the short corner or catching it in a block when nobody's around him. Whether they're trying to double up on him, they didn't double up on him. And then, of course, you got some transition stuff. So, and our guys did a good job of penetrating and finding him, and he did a good job of finishing. I mean, he's a freshman. He's learning. And that's what you do. You take notes every time you go out and play. And we need him to continue to play consistent. I see right now he missed one shot. And that was a shot he got an offensive rebound that, as a freshman, you learn, hey, you kick it back out with 3 minutes. I think it was 3 minutes to go. But he just played with a great sense of urgency, great energy. He's learning. Like I say, when you go through the rigors of this SEC, you learn from game to game. And I don't think it's just him. I think all our guys understand that.
What did you do because Hogue and Starks are so big on three-pointers, and they were like 0 for 7 in the first half. Anything specific y'all did against them?
Well, they had some shots. They missed them, but I thought we were there with them. They didn't have, that space. I thought, at their place, they had space to catch, gather themselves, and really knock it down. And even when you look at Gilder, he's a guy when he catches it and spots up, he can knock shots down. But that's the key with guys that shoot the basketball. You can't let them get started. And we start off making some shots early on. I thought it really opened up things for us. Again, they're a good basketball team. I mean, when you got size like that, I mean, they was throwing lobs to Williams. I mean, at the shot clock, and he's going and getting them. I mean, so it's that's why our defense had to be chaotic, had to mix it up and make them work for everything.
Knowing that defenses are going to key on guys like Macon, Barford, and Gafford, how big was it to get C.J. Jones going today?
I think even if you go back, it starts with Daniel getting going, and now it opens it up. They went to a zone, and we got to have some other guys that can score. Anton knocked a couple of shots down early on, but having C.J., that's a big plus come off that bench. Our bench tonight was 28 points to the good. I mean, 28 points, they had 8 points. That's a win right there. And if you look at the final score, it might have been the difference in the game. And as we move on down, the last games going down the stretch, that bench is important. And I think our bench is it's really starting to come together. And having a guy like CJ come in and produce is big. Gabe, we saw Gabe go out there and give us some productivity. I thought that position today was really good. Dustin Thomas, I thought he came off and got us to a good start and played with a lot of energy. Played real physical, real aggressive. And one of the tail signs is we got 8. I think it's like 8 team rebounds. That means you got loose balls. That means we were really getting after it. I mean, we were getting second, third, and fourth and fifth effort, and we got to be that kind of a team. We're not going to be a team that's going to come down and just play half court and look pretty at doing it. At times we'll look okay, but we got to make sure that we keep the game in kind of a chaos. It's not chaos for us; it's chaos for everybody else.
A&M is usually a pretty good defensive team. How were the guys able to make them look average today?
Well, I don't know if they were average. I thought we made some shots, tough shots. Barford made some tough shots, and obviously we know Macon is capable of doing it. But Barford made some stuff that that as an individual he made that. He had the space to do that. And every game is so different. We scored 66 points down there. So that tells you the defense is pretty good. And the day we made shots, we even got to the free throw line. Then shoot a great percentage, but we got there to the free throw line. I thought we played well. I thought in this game here, fatigue was a factor. They were limited in their bench in terms of the guys they played. They had some guys play a lot of minutes, and I think that last 10 minutes, I thought we really, ramped up our defense intensity.
Darryl, bounced back with another 20-point game after kind of a rough shooting game. Just how good was that? And
Who did?
Darryl, he had 7 of 12 after going 1 of 6.
I just showed you, he let the game come to him. He let the game come to him, and that's what happens when you let the game come to you. You play defense, and he did it in 24 minutes.
You guys took 3 charges, 3 different players did. How does maybe that speak to the way you're playing defense and sacrificing and stuff?
Well, I think that's big, Bob. To me, that's in our DNA. When you talk about getting assists, and when you talk about guys taking charges, that is huge for our basketball team because there are different ways to protect that rim. And that's what we did. We protected the rim in terms of, Daniel blocked some shots. We had 3 blocked shots. But then you put those charges, and I think that makes a big, big difference. And then guys don't come in there as often. And now you're making them shoot jump shots.
Early in the season, Daniel's free throws weren't really falling, but lately they've been going down. For you, what's been the difference for him?
He's put time in. He's learning. Like I say, he understands now. I said at the beginning of the year, you're going to be a guy that's going to get fouled a lot. So you better get in there and work on those free throws religiously. And he's doing it. That's all credit to Daniel. He's getting in there and he's working at it. And now he's taking that to the game.
Your 4th win in a row. Billy Kenny was talking about it's tough to get on rolls in this league because it's so tough. I mean, the league's so tough. How good do you feel about how you guys are playing?
I think we're playing better, Bob. I think we're playing better. And he's right. Every game's so different. And that's this time of year, our teams tend to really start putting all the pieces together. And that's why you're seeing, obviously Macon and Barford and Ton, those guys are guys that have been through the wars, so to speak, even a guy like Trey. But to me, the refreshing part of it is guys like C.J. Jones stepping up and doing what he's doing. Even Dustin Thomas today stepping up and doing what he's doing. But how about Gabe? I mean, Gabe just gives us a shot in the arm. And, of course, Darius Hall. Those guys getting more and more consistent in terms of impacting this team each and every game. So you talk about developing your bench. I think that's a big, big key. Now we can get those guys some breathers, and it makes us so much more efficient now.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.